ring the bell to get us started? Ring the bell at 10:30. Yeah. What time do you have?
10:29. I'm going to ring it twice.
That's fine. And ring it loud.
Yeah, I'm going
Loud and yeah, I'll read the chalice legend and then you'll go out and slowly.
Shall I read?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Ring it once more. Good morning, everyone. Go ahead and take your seats and we'll start our service. We're really glad that you're here with us. Thanks for joining us as we finish up our monthly theme for December of Choosing Hope. If you're a newcomer this morning, we'd like to extend a special welcome to you. We're very glad that you're here with us. If you'd like to know more about CUF and what goes on here on almost a daily basis, we have blue welcome cards. I'm supposed to hold one up. No, I don't see one here, but imagine a blue card about that big. Go ahead and fill that out. Leave it in your chair or give it to one of the greeters, and that'll provide us with your contact and interest information. If you're online, there should be a link online so you can fill out the same information there. And keep in mind that even if you're a long-established member or friend here, if you have new information, a new email address, a new phone number, you can use that blue card to let us know about that so we can update our records. Since we are here in a time of ministry and covenant, we're asking that everybody hold their applause until the end. If you feel moved, you can do the jazz hands thing, and there will be a time at the end for a rousing round of applause to thank everybody for the service. Since this is the fourth Sunday of the month, we have a committee spotlight, and I'd ask Jennifer Mandeville to tell us some about the Caring and Sharing team.
Good morning on this stormy and transitional day. I didn't like the winter warm fog very much. I'm glad it's going, although I don't really want the cold. So well wishes for a new year. I am the facilitator for Caring and Sharing as well as the building use manager. Today I wanted to talk to you about the opportunities with Caring and Sharing. What we do is we are a group that is available if any of our members or friends need a ride to an appointment, a ride to do some shopping, maybe some light yard work, maybe a visit, things like that. Sometimes I have several, sometimes I have none for some time. It's not a constant thing, for sure. And people just reach out. We have an email list. There's no meetings to attend. I put out a request. People offer, and if we can't, we just can't. And that's not, that's not my goal. I hope that I can recruit. It's a light group this morning, but I hope, pass it on. I hope that I can recruit some new members to our caring and sharing. So we have 13 right now, including myself, which is probably a small amount. We used to have close to 40, but I think they were just on the list, and time, they've gone away in one way or another. Let me see what else. It is sometimes just 15 minutes just to give somebody a ride to an appointment, maybe a half hour, or it could be up to a half a day if they need to go over to Cape or to St. Louis, longer, something like that. I will say I haven't had any requests to St. Louis. I have had requests to Cape. Let me see, what else? So this is what I think. I think that the benefits of participating in caring and sharing it's an opportunity to get to know a new person, perhaps, or it's an opportunity to reach out to somebody, maybe make a friend. I've made friends doing it. I think that it's beneficial to move out of self and to be in service to others. I think that it can be uplifting for us as well as doing a favor for somebody else. And I would just encourage you to look for opportunities to say yes. And that's it. So if you want to reach out, it's just my first name and last name, which is on your bulletin, at gmail.com. And shoot me an email, and I'll add you to the list. It's really that simple. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's now time for announcements before the service. If you want to submit an announcement and you haven't done so yet, there's a basket in the back with paper and pencils to fill out, so go ahead and do that, and you can bring it up here or raise your hand and one of the greeters will retrieve it from you. And if you're on Zoom and you'd like to put an announcement in, go ahead and type it into the chat and Max will let us know about that. I do not see any announcements up here. Now, of course, there are announcements that accompany the order of service on the back side of the order of service. We don't usually reread those to you, but I'd call your attention to make sure you look at them. So if there are no announcements from anyone, it doesn't look like there are. And so our music today will turn to the prelude, and our music today will be hymns that we sing together as a congregation. So please rise as you're willing and able and join me, and I won't sing very loud, I promise, in singing Fire of Commitment, which is hymn 1028 in the Teal hymnals, and Elena will accompany us on the piano. On the organ. That's a hymn to start a service. Welcome to the Carbondale Unitarian Fellowship on the unceded traditional lands of the first people of present-day southern Illinois, the Miami, Osage, Kaskaskia, and Quapaw. The fellowship is a member congregation of the Unitarian Universalist Association, sharing the good news of Unitarian Universalism with folks throughout our region. Our good news is a message of love, freedom, reason, respect. There's some feedback. Max, are you all getting that? The feedback? Our good news is a message of love, freedom, reason, respect, and justice as the basis for a religious community. I'm Gene Basanta. My pronouns are he and him. I'm currently president of the board of trustees of the fellowship, and I'm on a number of other committees. And this morning, I'm the Sunday services facilitator. We're a congregation of open minds and hearts, all ages, all colors, all genders, all abilities, all kinds of wealth, and all kinds of love. Now, I invite those of us who are online to select gallery view so we can wave at each other, connecting our congregation over space. There we are. Currently, CUF is lay-led with the Sunday services team planning our services using the rich talents and spirit of our congregation's members and friends. If you're interested in speaking at a service in the spring, you should let a member of the Sunday services team know. Joletta is a member. Sarah Starbuck is a member. Let them know because you could be the welcome speakers at the Sunday services. In addition to members, services may include guest speakers and ministers, and this year we'll also join with our friends at the Church of the Good Shepherd for some special services. So please join us here in person or on Zoom on Sunday or on Zoom on Wednesday evenings at 7 o'clock for our Vespers service. So now for our chalice lighting. Today we have a piece by Elizabeth Harding called Our Sacred Fire. People have always known that fire was special, long, long ago. Before people made matches or candles or even made houses, people knew that fire was special. There was the great fire in the sky, the sun, which made the earth warm and made night into day. And there were the smaller fires that people made, fires that cooked their food and kept them warm and brought them light. People honored the fires because fire was special. Fire was more than human. Fire was power. It can create and it can destroy. It can bring light and it can burn. Fire can be wonderful and fire can be terrible. We have to be careful with fire. And so people thought that fire was something sacred and holy. Some people even worshiped fire and said the fire was a deity like a goddess or a god. Other people said that fire wasn't actually the deity, but just meant that the deity was there. No matter what they believed, people all over the world gave fire a special place in religions. They had fire in their homes, of course, to cook food and keep warm, and they also had sacred fires in their temples. They set sacred lamps on their altars. They lit sacred bonfires outside on hilltops and in groves. They placed sacred torches near the graves of those who had died. We still do this today. In Washington, D.C., near the tomb of the unknown soldier, burns an eternal flame that never goes out. In churches at Christmas time, many Christians light 4 candles on an Advent wreath. And during the 8 days of Hanukkah, Jews light the 8 candles of the menorah. At Diwali, Hindus set small lamps all around the house. And when Unitarians gather, like this morning, we light a chalice. This is our sacred fire. Our chalice is lit, and now with intention, Laura puts a pebble in the bowl of water, letting it ripple out beyond our knowing. All are invited to do the same here at the fellowship as well as at home, to mark a joy, a sorrow, or any other feeling you have during musical portions of the service. Now is the time in our service when we take some In our fellowship, we share so many things: time, efforts, talents, spirit, and money. We share with this fellowship and for the needs of the fellowship, but we also share with our greater community beyond these walls. You can contribute to the fellowship or to our social action recipient for this month of December, which is the Survivor Empowerment Center. Checks should be made payable to CUF, and you can also donate online via PayPal. The link will be in the chat. Use the memo line on the check or the note area in PayPal if you wish to specify that your contribution is to the Survivor Empowerment Center. And also remember that change, your spare change, can and does make a difference, because we collect all the coins that are put in the baskets, and they're sent to the UUA Annual Program Fund. And it's with that fund that we get some of the important resources that support the activities here at CUF. So we'll now do our offering reading, which Max will share on the screen momentarily. There it is. So it's also in the order of service, and let's read it together. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. Your contributions in all forms are gratefully received. Me in singing This Little Light of Mine, which hymnal, hymn 118, although I'm guessing most everybody knows This Little Light of Mine.
Good morning. This is First Bird from The Comfort of Crows, A Backyard Year by Margaret Wrinkle. Winter, Week 2. This game is an inspiration to place yourself in natural circumstances that will yield a heavenly bird, blessing your year, your perspective, your imagination, your spirit. New Year, First Bird, Lyanda Lim Humph. According to bird traditions, the first bird you see the first day of the new year sets the tone for your next 12 months. One year, the first bird I saw was a downy woodpecker, or possibly a hairy woodpecker. The two species look virtually identical, particularly to a person who spies her first bird of the new year before she has had her first coffee of the first new year. Because I couldn't sort it out in the instant before the woodpecker got spooked and flew away, my theme bird that year was neither species of woodpecker. Instead, it was a robin, the second bird I saw that morning. As the robin stood at the edge of a bird bath watching me as I watched it, I found myself wondering if birds play a New Year game called First Human. I love robins. I love the way they stand in the yard and cock their heads when it rains, turning an invisible ear toward the ground and listening to the sound of a worm moving toward the surface of a saturated soil. I love the way they flock up in winter with the locals and their new offsprings, welcoming the migrators to the season-long family reunion. The way they call to one another in kind of a descending chortle as night begins to fall. The robin's song is the music of twilight. But this year, my first bird was a sharp-eyed crow, and I am thrilled. One of my favorite childhood stories is an Aesop's tale of a thirsty crow who finds a pitcher with a bit of water in the bottom. The clever bird cannot reach the water at first, but then begins to drop pebbles into the pitcher, and one by one, soon the water rises within reach. I am beguiled by the promise of a year watched over by this bold, problem-solving bird, the playful prankster, the curious collector, the tender parent, humankind's steadfast companion. Even if the terrible time comes when all the other songbirds are gone, lost to the fiery world, crows will remain among us, living on what we leave behind. What is the first bird you saw this morning? I asked my father-in-law at our New Year's lunch last year. We were eating greens and black-eyed peas for good luck. I don't believe I've seen a bird today, he said, tucked up on the fourth floor of the apartment building at this time of the year when it's too cold to stand on the balcony. Of course he hadn't seen a bird, but the day wasn't over yet, and I told him to keep an eye out. Look for a crow, I said. Who wouldn't want to start the new year watched over by a crow? They're smart and brave and loyal. They squawk a lot too, he said. He was laughing at me. I am content for a bird to only be a bird, a representative of nothing. But on New Year's Day, still bleary-eyed from lack of sleep and lack of coffee, I Googled my first bird symbolic association. I was surprised to discover that what do crows symbolize auto-populates the search field just behind what do crows eat. Many cultures have associated crows with death, their uniformly black coloring, their harsh cries, their taste for roadkill, and all may have contributed to the famous collective names among birds, a murder of crows. Crows have been observed conducting funerals for their fallen flockmates, and this somber ritual may account for the gloomy associations too. But other cultures have associated the birds with intelligence and adaptability, even transformation. And these are the connections I'll rely on as the year unfolds. I have entered my 60s now, a time of change to my body, to my family, to the way I think about my future, and I cling to the crow's promise of metamorphosis. What more could anyone ask from a new year than the promise, or just a hope, of renewal?
And now we come to our burning bowl ceremony. As we prepare to switch our calendars to a new year, a new month, January, I have to say that I've always liked the name January for the first month of a new year, and not just because my birthday month is January. The name for this first month of the year comes from the Roman god Janus, the god of doors and gates, of thresholds, of transitions, of beginnings and endings, of dualities. Janus is generally depicted with two faces, one looking back in reflection at the past, the other looking forward with hope to the future. This morning, at the threshold of a new year, we celebrate a Unitarian Universalist traditional ritual, the burning bowl ceremony, also called fire communion. Each year, on or near the first Sunday of January, many Unitarian Universalist congregations, like Cuff, hold this ritual to symbolically bid farewell to the old year. In this ceremony, we reflect on the past year and on what we want to let go of or leave behind us as we move into a new year, a year filled with all sorts of unknown promises, possibilities, and mysteries. In the words of Elizabeth Harding, again, the fire communion separates the end of the year from the beginning, helping us to put in perspective the joys and sorrows, the changes and transitions, the ups and downs of the year. It's a halfway point of our church year, but a celebration of the outside calendar's year's end and a year's beginning. Each of us here at the fellowship is being given by Joletta and Alex a pencil and a piece of paper. It's specially treated paper to evaporate in fire, leaving no ash or residue. Those of you at home who are also invited to do this, you can use a candle and a piece of paper and a pencil or pen and a bowl or something to put the candle in just for safety purposes. For those of you who are not able to take part, at the end of this ceremony, we'll light a piece of paper for you. So now I invite you to take a moment to reflect on the year that's behind you. Consider what you might leave behind today. Anger, fear, worries, or other concerns that seem to burden you. And burn it brightly so that it changes form and disappears. Take a moment to write down a word or two on the piece of paper. Then we'll each be given the opportunity to burn away the paper and the words we've written. Nobody will see it except you, the flame, and the universe. So Alex and Joletta will sort of organize everybody, and we'll come up, and maybe we can demonstrate real quick. I'm just going to take a piece here. I haven't written anything on it. This is just a demonstration. Word. And when you're ready, you can come up, and if a line forms, why don't we form maybe on the outside and come around so that we don't all cluster in the middle. And Elena will accompany our ceremony with some music. And I'll burn one last piece of paper for anybody who couldn't come up, for people at home. Before we end, let's just take a moment to reflect. Now, please, as you're willing and able, and join with me in singing What Wondrous Love. It's hymn 18 in the gray hymnal, if you'd rise as you're willing and able. And again, Elena will accompany us on the piano. Well, I'd like to thank everyone who made this service possible, which includes, of course, everyone here and on Zoom. Thanks to our speakers, Laura and Jennifer. Thanks to our musicians, which of course is the entire congregation singing, and Elena on organ and piano. Thanks to Max, as always, a great AV coordinator, AV host. Thanks to Alex and Gilletta for greeting and assisting with the Burning Bowl service. And then it says here, and thanks to myself for facilitating and speaking. So well done. Yes, we may now applaud everyone. And now for our benediction. Please rise as you're willing and able. Hold hands, if you'd like, or hold your palms out for our benediction, which is Chalices Alight with Hope by Reverend Tess Baumgartner. Chalice alight with hope and joy, illume the further reaches of our sometimes winding paths. Be a beacon to bring us home again to a chorus of like minds and voices. Abide in us as we go forth from this place, to share our songs with unsung others. Work in us to bring to light the special gifts within each. Chalices alight with hope and joy. Blessed be, go in peace with love for justice. And Happy New Year.